Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's Mover. A lot of you have sent me this Su-34 versus Patriot engagement. This is translated on the Command T channel. Go to the description if you'd like to watch the video without me pausing and talking. We're going to break it down and take a look at kind of what happened. I'll explain what I can, ignore what I can't, and just kind of give a general reaction for this video.
3, 2, 1, fight off.
So this is the Su-34 versus Patriot engagement. Audio is translated. Let us begin. Says the original audio was uploaded by the Su-34 pilot. Shows the comms between the bomber crew and a ground controller. It's unclear to me whether it's a GCI, so ground controlled intercept controller, or a joint terminal attack controller, or an air battle manager, like in an AWACS or something, which I guess most of their AWACS have been shot down by Patriots. I don't know. But left side is Andre, right side is Victor, and then the controllers at the bottom. Coming onto attack heading, so to speak. So he says understood on attack heading. That would actually be JTAC comm, because typically with a JTAC doing close air support, you'd be in heading, whatever. The JTAC would say cleared hot. But I don't know. So that was the navigator saying master arm on. We're ready for commencing the attack. He gives them the clear. So that's cleared to drop, clear to engage, whatever they're doing. Egress right. So that's the direction they're going to go after they drop their bomb. I don't know what second channel eliminated means. You might be getting RWR indications, radar warning retrievals. All right. So the ground controller's like, hey, multiple launches on your position. 3 Patriot missiles may be coming inbound. The NAV's still worried about, or the Wizzo is still worried about dropping the bombs as he should be. Okay, so combat clearance denied, work denied, abort probably be what you might hear in Western countries. But hey, save your jet. Don't worry about dropping these bombs. Save yourself. You're getting attacked by Patriots, which Patriots are not very easy to defend against. Understood, understood. I'm evading. And the controller just like, do you hear me? Egress with countermeasures, so chaff probably. Wizzo's on it, man. He's telling them, hey, come right. And I've got chaff coming out. Egress with maneuvering. So he's telling them to defend. Get out of there. Get out of there. Essentially, get out of there. So he's saying, I'm not observing anything. As soon as I see something, I will tell you. Again, this goes back to who is he? Is he on the ground? Is he actually looking outside like a JTAC might be? Or is it somebody that's in a control room looking for radar returns of the Patriot? Okay, now he says Patriot's fired. So there are 2. It could be his wingman too. So that this might, the initial part might be wrong. You might have more than just a controller. You might have the controller, somebody else that's out in the air with them, and then the 2 in the jet itself. Yeah. So the Patriots just spam ramming them, spinning them a bunch. So this time they actually see the launch. 350 at 80, which is obviously in communist units called metric. Just kidding. Not really. About 40 miles, 40 nautical miles. So they're telling him, they're giving him, basically telling him, hey, here's the direction you need to egress, and here's the direction you need to defend against this threat. Very similar to U.S. comms, except in the U.S., you wouldn't be driven around like yellow gear by the guy on the ground. You'd be the one telling them which way you're defending and where you're going. You know, I'm egressing this direction, I'm defending this direction, etc. That would get annoying pretty fast because there's a fine line between situational awareness enhancing and you're just jamming up the comms. So that's the speed. The thing is hauling it. the male. High closure rate. So you can obviously see it's closing the distance from you, azimuth 350 on the heading, and then the Wizzo up here is like, hey, let's go left. A lot of calm, very intense. You can hear the heavy breathing. So now they're just defending. They're defending against the missile, doing their best 1v1 basic fighter maneuvers, BFM, against the missile. Trying to break the lock, break the track, increase miss distance. Because the thing you have to remember is when a missile, it has various pursuit curves that it'll do. But once it misses, it's not going to Wile E. Coyote and, square the corner, turn back around and chase you like you see in movies. Once it misses, it misses. It'll either fly by and the proximity fuse will go off and, it's kind of that shotgun blast, the warhead, or it'll hit you or it'll just keep going. But typically, once it has that in-game last turn to try to intercept you, if it misses from that point on, that's it. It's over. Yeah, this guy at this point yelling maneuver, maneuver. A lot of this comm is, I just want distance and heading. That's it. I don't need all this other stuff. I know I need a maneuver. So now there's multiple launches headed his way, which now sounds very similar to Stroke 3. Are we sure this is not another jet? I almost think this is his flight lead or wingman that's telling him this. I don't know that this is a guy on the ground because it sounds like it's somebody else who's actually seeing his jet. Maybe not. Maybe he's just looking at the radar scope saying, hey, I can see your altitude. I can see your heading. You're not maneuvering enough. And I see the missiles coming at you. But it almost sounds like there's a controller, another jet, or somebody that can actually see them plus the two. I don't know. But now they're inside of 30 kilometers, about 15, 16 nautical miles. Yeah, so max thrust, gate, get out of there. You can hear him. I mean, he's pulling some G's, and it's physically demanding to fight this missile. So I saw an explosion behind. This is what's going to probably damage the intercom. Again, it's that proximity fuse that detonated. So it doesn't necessarily have to hit your aircraft. It could just get close. And then Patriot's radar is still spiking. Again, I'm kind of curious how the guy on the ground knows that, but I don't know. I don't know who this is that's talking. Yeah, so he's just giving him vectors to get to a safe area and to defend against any further missiles. Okay, so that guy says he's tracking him by radar contact. So that is somebody with a radar scope in front of him. Missile pass behind you, so that might be the second missile. That's not a factor. That's what you want to hear. Egress 090. 120 now, so you're starting a little bit of a turn, but that Patriot is still lighting him up. Dude is just fighting. Okay, so 813 might be the other aircraft. You might use nose numbers like the Navy desk. That sounds like another pilot. Come on, brother, evade. That's probably 813. That's probably another jet out there. It's separate voices. It's not the same. I think there's multiple aircraft out here. I don't know though. I mean, it could be the one guy, but they're pulling G's, and still trying to defend. Now he's relieved because probably his RWR went quiet. The dude yelling at him went quiet, but also they're safe. They can see the coast. They're out. And now they realize that their intercom is damaged, and so they can't talk to each other. Yeah. That's why we can't hear anybody yell. I'm sure that guy on the ground's probably still yelling at him. He just doesn't hear it anymore because the intercom and the radios are messed up. We just realized that life is good again. Now we can't talk to each other. And the controller can't hear him either. But he's relieved because he's alive. Yeah, the Coast Guard. I can't hear the right guy. Everything died. I love it. Two dudes just yelling at each other. It is a very intense thing. And as a pilot, you know, I think you kind of appreciate what they're going through. But yeah, they're going to live to fight another day. But I'm curious what the backstory is, because I think there's a lot more going on here than what the translation had, and you know what others have picked up on. Because I think there's multiple. I think there's a wingman or a flight lead out there that's with them in this. I think there's actually two voices, but I'm not sure. And then obviously the controller that's trying to get them to safety. But that Patriot, man, that's a tough one to defeat. Not exactly an easy missile system. So maybe next time. All right. Well, let me know in the comments what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.